Segment Sheva Nikud Shtaim Nikud Dalet. Vayaged lo Yonah. Vayaged lo Yonah. This segment will provide a recap of various elements of telling a story so that when put together, the story you can produce will be rather complex, including contrasts and summary. By way of review, the Vayikol functions much as a katal form would operate, but with this difference. The Vayikol will be connected to some preceding action or thought. Most often, it will follow a preceding action as its consequence. Sometimes it will follow preceding action and present a contrast. And finally, sometimes it will follow preceding material offering a summary of what has gone before. When it comes to composing in Hebrew, this means that we can often make recourse to the Vayikol, whether for consequence, contrast, or summary. When it comes to translating what has already been written, however, this becomes a little more challenging. It requires us to focus thoughtfully on each Vayikol as it occurs in the context of the Hebrew Bible. Most of the times, the Vayikol will, most often, the information supplied by a Vayikol will turn out to be the next action in the sequence of a story. However, if it doesn't make sense to regard a Vayikol as the next action in sequence, we want to bear in mind that it's also possible to render a Vayikol either as a contrast or as a summary. For the activity portion of this segment, please return to the story which you composed earlier for segment Sheva Nikud Achat Nikud Vav. Now take 4 steps. Add an additional sentence or clause which will describe a circumstance suitable to your story. Next, add another sentence which will present a contrast. Finish your story by adding yet a 3rd sentence which will bring your story to a conclusion. In the margin, be sure to label each step that you are taking, whether circumstance, contrast, or conclusion. As usual, include a translation as well as your Hebrew composition.